Okay, here's a big one. God, hate to be the bearer of bad news for the deep state and the Democrats and the fake media and all of the coronavirus believers. You know who the president of Brazil is? Bolsonaro. Please watch the screen. And I'm going to do a translation. But before I do the translation, I think you already know what it means as soon as you see what they're doing. These coffins were taken out of the ground. These were coronavirus victims. Yeah, they're taking them out of the ground. They're going to have a peek. They're going to take a look inside. I want you to guess what you think is or isn't inside the coffins. Now, if you've been following my channel for any length of time, even though I had to delete a bunch of my COVID videos, I think you might already know the answer. But let's take a look. Here we go. Yep. Emptier than a Joe Biden or Democratic convention. Empty. Oh, they left the pillow in there. That was kind of them. Left the pillow in there. This is not fake news. This is not propaganda. This was an official video posted in South America, Brazil. Made headlines. And now posted on Twitter. And if you look at this, I did a little rough translation. Thanks Google. Thanks. And the first part is this tweet, which says, to end the regime propaganda, Bolsonaro sent the police to check the burials and see what they find. And then if you look at the banner down here that was on the live TV thing, I went ahead and put that in next. And it says, Brazilian federal police resurrect the deceased. Except, ain't nobody in there, so there's no deceased. Now, you might recall some drone footage on a little island next to New York, right? This little place where all these bodies were being put. Remember that? And I said, guys, that drone's close enough that you could hear that. And none of these people are looking up at this drone like it doesn't exist. I said, it's kind of strange if this is some amateur drone person taking this footage. Like, hey, look what I found. They're burying people in these caskets over here. And I said, again, the video's probably gone now because I had to delete it because YouTube was going after us. But I said, be interesting if someone went back there and just took a little peek. Just took a little peek at maybe what's in those coffins. Or maybe, as we just saw, what's not in those coffins. So, coronavirus is not a USA only thing. It's a worldwide thing, right? Second wave is coming. These protesters, you guys are spreading it again. Although they didn't want to say that. They're blaming it, Trump. They can't start a Trump rally. The Trump rallies are going to start the second wave again. So, as you know, Dick Algar was in a South American country recently. I don't know if he said which one it is yet. I now know which one it is, but I'm not going to say it just for whatever. He was in a South American country. They had a lockdown due to coronavirus. So one of these South American countries, in this case Brazil, their own presidente said, something stinks here. And it's not rotting flesh under the ground. Let's go take a look at the coffins. Empty. Like I said, more empty than a Joe Biden rally. What is the deep state going to do? And I also just read, which I think I did. I think I'll go ahead and say it in this video because it's related. TruePundit.com. It is related to coronavirus. Might as well talk about it. Instead of doing a separate video, it'll work. Exclusive, Bill Gates negotiated a $100 billion contact tracing deal with Democratic congressman, sponsor of bill, 6 months before coronavirus ever came up to be. I'm sorry, could you repeat that? Yeah, no problem. Exclusive, Bill Gates negotiated $100 billion contact tracing deal with Democratic congressman, sponsor of bill, 6 months before coronavirus pandemic came to be. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation helped negotiate who would score a $100 billion government-backed contact tracing contract in August 2019, 6 months before the pandemic arrived in the United States and 4 months before it swept through China. The shocking revelations were unveiled on the Thomas Paine broadcast on the More Paine Show on Patreon by the two investigators who blew the whistle on the massive Clinton Foundation tax fraud during a congressional hearing back in 2018. John Moynihan and Larry Doyle testified in Congress detailing the fraud and schemes utilized by the Clintons to avoid paying up to $2.5 billion in federal taxes. The investigative duo, in their first interview since that bombshell congressional testimony, revealed to Paine that representatives from the Gates Foundation met with U.S. Congressman Bobby L. Rush at a sit-down in Rwanda, East Africa, in mid-August 2019 to hash out who would score the windfall from a government contact tracing program. And just last month, 9 months after the meetings with the Gates Foundation in Rwanda, Rush, a Democrat from Illinois, introduced the $100 billion HR, remember this one, 6666, the COVID-19 Testing, Reaching, and Contacting Everyone, or TRACE Act. Now, granted, this $100 billion, I don't think that thing's going to go anywhere. His bill would establish a program run by the Centers for Disease Control, CDC, for national coronavirus testing and contact tracing. So, I'll put the link up to this one. I'll put the link up to the Twitter video in case you want to find that. Rewatch that news story. Not looking too good for the deep state these days, is it? But you see, if you came out here and you had a YouTube channel and you immediately said, and for the YouTube Gestapo, I'm not saying this. I'm just using this as an example, as if somebody did say this. If somebody, you were a YouTuber, and you said initially when coronavirus came out, coronavirus is an effing fraud, it's fake, don't even believe in it, blah, 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 they would have taken down your video. Bullying and harassment, or, for the people who died of coronavirus, you bullied them somehow by saying it's fake, and or hate speech, hateful content. They have a whole slew of things, reasons they could just throw at you. Oh, you violated that term, that condition, and your video's gone. And you get a strike on your account. If you would have said that. So it's a real good thing I didn't come out and just say that, did I? Nope. There's ways to skate around this landfill, this minefield. More like a landfill of filth. Filthy Democrats and liberals. So, just doing what I do. Realist news, keeping it real. Take it easy.